Anderson was a unique experience for the black man, because Anderson was an all-black school, and most of the people there were poor. And when you went, it's like a family, because from the neighborhood you knew people that you grew up with, and you really wasn't coming into no strangers. Actually, everybody knew everybody, and it was very unique because what we did, they did it to teach us something, that we can have for the future. Teachers were really dedicated, and they were serious, and they made you serious, and they made you get down to business, and they would help you learn, and they would stay on you. The curriculum stayed the same for a while to look like you grasped it and then moved on. And then the athletics was great because they tried to get you in shape, tried to help your health, and then education-wise, teachers taught you something that stayed with you for the rest of your life, from the things they did. Unfortunately, some of us wasn't really interested in at the time, but as I look back today, I said that was the most unique school. I wish it was around today, the old Anderson, and it was structured pretty much like it was now. Of course, it'd be different, but it was great. It was really great because, see, at that time, we didn't ride school bus. Only people rode school buses, people like from St. John, something like that, but we would walk to school, and every day you'd meet Joe Blow, and you'd talk, and you'd have a camaraderie with each other going to school and coming back, walking. And it was really something when you think about it. And I say it's something like you never experienced before. And I tell my daughter she hadn't really ever went to all-black school. My wife, younger than I am, she never went to all-black school. And I said that was really something when you competed. You competed against some of the best that you was to compete against when you striving for a position or something. And everybody just was like one big happy family. One of the things about Anderson, your parents would be involved with you to tell your parents. And, my parents didn't play. My dad would get us if they told him. So that's the difference in that school and the school of the day. And they could spank you. And then they had a board. They would spank you behind and get you in line. And teachers was somebody to look up to. They was almost like preachers in the neighborhood. We looked up to them, and we respected them. And man, they had it going on for the education concern. When you look at it at the time, it didn't look like it was that important. But when you look back today, you see what they instilled in you. It lingers on and it strives on. And when you meet somebody that was in that area, in that avenue, hey man, we talk about it, and when you see somebody, you're just glad to see them, that they're still alive and kicking and doing something. Everybody that's successful, I'm glad to see. I've seen some that was ahead of me, like Christopher Joy, that went to be an actor, and a lot different. One of them went to be great musicians. And I mean, that was something. Some of them dead and gone now, but what they put in them, it kept them till they got on the professional circuit and made some money at doing it. But that's the difference I can't say, I don't know all what they do today, but looking back in Anderson, it was a very grounded school. It did something for us, and it made us proud to put on the black and gold, to walk in that school and just say you from old Anderson. It's a different Anderson today. And they instilled something in you, some good values, true values. And you could see them with the example that they had as teachers. That stood out, man. You didn't really see them in a different light as some is today. Oh man, they had a band out of sight. The band they had, like most people today, goes to the black classic football. And I was telling my wife, I said, what you looking at going to the black classic, see the band, that's what we see in every football game, because that's the way they would perform. I said, it was totally different. They put on the show. And even just marching down on the field, they put on the show. They music, the drums just played. But man, they had some dance tunes out there was out of sight. And it made you look and listen. And I said, if you like the black classic and you was in a school like that, you had yourself something. You seen the show. And so it just reminds me when I see Jackson State, Grambling College, and it reminds me of Anderson because that's just the way they was, I believe it was 1964 when Kennedy got killed. We was in a cafeteria, and the news came that the president was shot, somebody said, and that was a sad day. I mean, everybody loved Kennedy for the things he stood for. And the school just was sad. It just changed the whole atmosphere. And I will never forget that day, that particular day, because my father was even sad at that time, because he liked Kennedy. And some people cried and wept hard. That was a memorable time when you think about it. You know, it looks like history changed at that time. It looked like there was no hope. And then, man, that was really something. That stands out in my mind more than anything else. Another thing stands out is watching how hard the team played to win championships. And that's something, and everybody pulled it for them. And this, I want to throw this in. We had a field right there off of Rosewood, right by the project. Man, cars be lined up all down the street when they played, and that was really something. Mm-hmm. People in the community had people going to the school, Anderson, so they supported the school. PTA and people that worked in the school lived in the community, so everybody knew each other, and everybody supported what the school was doing. And I can't remember any time that they fought against anything at the school. No, I can't. As I look back now, it helped create the community because they built and instilled values in the students that they was the future, and they built the community. Now they're reaping some of those values with, I think they call it the baby boomers generation, getting old and we fading away. But those things that they taught at the schools made a lot of people be entrepreneurs when they came out of the school. And so that helped, man. That helped the community, and it's going on today because a lot of people are still in business doing some things. I see my friends today that went to school with me, and most of the teachers that was there when I was there and then passed on. I don't know how many are still living today. I don't know, but man, to walk down that hall and to see the teachers that instilled something in you and made you learn, you couldn't play. And trust me, you couldn't play. They had teachers would send you to the office, and I don't care what it was. You got into school and you got your books, or you did what you need to do, or go home. And some students quit, we quit, you know, but you have to go back. I thank God that I had such time to go back, get a GED, go to college, get a degree, and still taking some school to get a doctorate. It's amazing when you see how this school helped many people, and some don't recognize it. I can't think right off the top of my head right now as many musicians that we have that's playing professionally that they hadn't, people don't really know that they went to Anderson. You know, Whitehurst was a great professional drummer, and he went to Anderson, and it's just quite a few. They went, Dick Knight Train Lane went to Anderson, so it's quite a few of them that went, that when I think back about it, I said, that school taught them something. And here's something else you can put in there, the music that they taught. These were great musicians. These weren't just learning, just average students. These ended up great musicians after they got out, and for years have played, and some of them passed on. But that school taught you something, and it was a community school. That's, I think, a little different today. We don't have community schools. We have people that go to school. But when the community is involved, community went out to the games, community went and visited the meetings and things, because everybody had somebody going. So you was kidding to somebody going, so you had to go and participate. My father went to the games, and that was amazing. That turned around. This was a great area from down the street here. Was a great area, and I remember, I don't know if you remember, but you remember when they had Lucky Burger number 7. That was the first hamburger joint we had around here. It was right on the corner from Anderson, from the stadium. And that was something to see. And on down further, little stores and little neighborhood and little barbecue places. Man, it fixed a lot, because see, all along there, the students would walk through there, and they would support the businesses because they went in there and bought things from there. And then we had Rosewood Park right there. And so, it was a lot that school did. And I'm very grateful and thankful for it. And God bless everybody that was involved in it.